Hello everyone, my name is Alicia Jackson, licensed professional counselor, and welcome to my channel. Today we are reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 14, Decision Day. We have made it. If you have made it through this whole season, give yourself a congratulations, pat yourself on the back. We are doing a quick therapist review because the show is already 2 hours, so we're not going to belabor this any longer by reviewing it for hours and hours, but we're going to do a quick therapist review of Decision Day. And before we get into it, of course, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below. Please let me know, especially today, please let me know how you feel about these decisions. All right, I'm like bubbling over because I just watched it, so it's like very fresh. It's very fresh. Usually I watch this show, twice to kind of get a full sense and make sure I got everything. But with this being Decision Day, it wasn't, of course, much going on, so it's very fresh and I'm ready. So let us get into the first couple. We're going to go in order as they were on the show today. So first we have Jasmina and Michael. They both look so nice. I really like the color of Michael's suit. And they do, of course, a review of their marriage and how it was very, very rocky at the beginning. And how they've made progress, but still this standstill in intimacy and touch. And so I guess for me, what was really frustrating was the booty gate, or what Dr. Pepper called booty train. I was like, that's not what you want to say. She doesn't know. She's older, so she doesn't know like culture references of what that might mean. But like to just say, it was okay with me. Or even when Pastor Kyle was asking her, like, are you okay with him touching you? Are you okay with him initiating touch? And then she said, well, I think you would know if I'm okay. And it seems like she doesn't want to tell him. It seems like she doesn't want to tell him to do it. She wants him to make the first move. It's kind of like that thing. But I guess in this space, he's really trying to actively respect her. And I mean, we preach and teach, rightfully so, consent and boundaries, and respecting a boundary, and physical touch is a boundary. So Jasmine is going to maybe have to meet Michael a little bit because she has a tender bear on her hands. He's very sensitive to his needs, but also hers. And so I was so shocked. I really was, you guys, that they said yes. I was very shocked. Like, I was excited. I was excited, and I'll tell you why. I was excited because there's so much greatness within both of them that they really have what it takes to make it through. So initially, I was really excited for Jasmina and Michael to say yes on Decision Day. But then after Decision Day, they revealed that they are going to not cohabitate. And they already have issues in the intimacy department. And Jasmina has issues with communicating directly about what she wants from Michael in the area of physical touch. Again, I'm still curious about if Jasmina is really being honest with Michael about how she feels. As she said, like, I'm just still getting to know you. And it just really feels like, again, a friendship and in a relationship. I was really excited because I see that they really have what it takes to make this relationship work, outside of the chemistry issue, but at the same time, we need to do some. We need to have some joining, and with them living in separate places, it can be really easy for them to just go back to status quo, especially they have roommates, and just kind of flow back in. I really feel like even to Michael's decision to go with the flow and not set a time limit on how long they're going to just cohabitate, that concerns me as well. That really concerns me. I really see Jasmina keeping the wall up of comfort, and so I'm hoping that they can at least maybe stay in touch with the the experts who will encourage them to join as support. Hopefully, again, with them not having cameras, that will help. But I'm a little concerned about this couple, so we shall see what happens in the reunion. Next, we have Katina and Olajuwon. Whew, okay, Olajuwon really set my soul on fire yet again today, just because of how he talks about her. It really is unsettling. It's very unsettling. Even Pastor Cal had to say, I need you to choose your words. But I wanted Pastor Cal to go a step further. I wanted Pastor Cal to say, Olajuwon, brother, man to man, this is your wife. This is your wife who you say you hold in high regard and high respect, and you care for her. You see her ever and how much she's showing up for you. I need you to reverence her and respect, and especially in the area of when it's in public. This is on national television. She has never teared him down, and she's had reason to. She's had reasons to. And the things that he is attacking her for, while there are areas that she herself feels like she needs to work on, to say that a meal that she cooked for him was unedible. That's some stuff you keep in between each other, right? Some stuff you, as a married couple, is between you, right? And so if there was one meal where she was like, man, I really messed that up, he's like, yeah, you did. And you guys maybe laugh about it, but to say it on national television and on decision day, man, that was a punch to the gut, for sure, especially with Katina stating that is an area where she is insecure. Dr. Viviana said something that was really, really eye-opening at the beginning of their segment, saying that she feels like the timeline is a power play. And I agree with her. She said that she feels like it's a power play and it's a hoop to jump through, and then there'll be another hoop next time. I agree. It gives me very much Johnny vibes from last season, where he's constantly looking for validation. He's like pulling it and testing her often. And so I'm really, really curious. I'm so curious about his relationship with his parents, specifically his mother. I think it was very touching that decision day was on his father's birthday, and that was such a beautiful moment. And he felt that his father chose Katina for him, and that was a beautiful sentiment, for sure. And at the same time, I'm really concerned about this dynamic in their relationship. Also, okay, 2 side notes. If you're not a avid maths watcher, I am, and have been throughout the pandemic. Dr. Viviana, every single decision day, she wears an animal print dress. And you saw this one, and it was so cute. Okay, just minor side note. Second one is gondola. Oh my goodness, gondola. It's a gondola. Okay, guys. Well, they decided to stay married, and my goodness, I knew that they would, and at the same time, I'm so concerned because Katina truly cares for Olajuwon. You can sense it, and I see that he cares for her. I really do. I guess the reason why I'm more concerned about Katina is because she covers him. She covers him when in her moments of critique, especially in areas, again, in the public. He has said in after parties episodes that she does get with him off camera, and I feel that that's appropriate, and when I say appropriate, meaning if she is going to bring up a concern in a way where she's feeling like it may embarrass him or emasculate him or also hurt his feelings, doing that in a place where he's not going to be further embarrassed because it's on national television. This is how I feel like Lindsay and Olajuwon have so many similarities. I feel like Lindsay and Olajuwon are so similar They both are so sensitive to critique. So I'm really thinking that Olajuwon had a very, very critical upbringing where he was criticized a lot from his parents. Both Olajuwon and Lindsay will be very harsh in their words towards their spouses, extremely harsh. But when it comes to receiving critique, they do not do that well. They do not do it well. They become very dismissive. Olajuwon becomes dismissive and angry and shuts down like he did with Dr. Pepper. And Lindsay shuts down and files for divorce in her mind. And think that they both need to work on that, because Mark and Katina cover their spouses. They try. Mark slips up every now and then. He does, because he's still learning how to communicate. Katina, she's pretty masterful at it. They both need some work in this area. But Katina and Olajuwon stayed married, and I believe that they would do that. So I'm hoping that Olajuwon will grow in this area, and hopefully things will move forward. I try to be hopeful. I'm rooting for these couples. I'm truly rooting for these couples. I don't want anybody to fail. I don't want anybody's marriage to fail. I just want them to work on the stuff that's going to make it work for them. Also, Katina and Olajuwon did consummate their marriage after decision day. And that's great for their relationship. And at the same time, I still have my real concerns about Olajuwon and his ability to be present and give grace for Katina. So we shall see how they move forward during the reunion. Next, we have Noy and Steve. It was really nice to see Noy give Steve that feedback of emotional safety, and him providing that space of emotional safety in conflict. That is a real skill. It's a very real skill, and it takes work to nurture the connection in conflict and still give that reassurance of we're going to be okay and we're going to get through this, and at the same time, this is an issue. So he's really well in. He has a very high emotional intelligence, which is definitely a strength for their marriage, as that's an area of growth for Noy. And people have really given Noy a hard time, and I understand why. And at the same time, I understand why she struggles. And when you're dealing in a situation, when you are in a space where you do not feel safe, you're in hypervigilance. So she wasn't able to develop regular skills that children who were in safe environments to explore, she wasn't able to build those skills. So she's still in a place where she's kind of functioning very young. And so to have that in Steve of emotional intelligence is going to help her to develop that as well. And that's the beauty in marriage. Now, Steve's concern about doing all the chores and how is that going to play long term about children, and how is that going to play out? Is he going to have to do everything and change diapers? And Noy is like, I don't understand why there has to be a tit for tat. And I don't know if this is something for Steve. I do notice that when it comes to labor, that he does get a little rigid in this area. And I understand he may feel some type of way about doing all of these tasks. Noy has that expectation of, well, if I'm working, then you're cleaning. I feel that if Steve was working, or if he had a plan that Noy could agree to, and pulling more financial weight in the relationship, that this wouldn't be such a issue for Noy. But I feel like that's what it's tied to. And so that's going to make it a little bit more challenging in a marriage where that's not necessarily an issue. If it's a 2-income family, or if it's a stay-at-home, one spouse stays home, then it's something that can be worked out. It's something that at the end of the day becomes small. But this is something that they're going to definitely have to work towards and get through. And they didn't talk about the cohabitation either. So I really feel like further on counseling is going to be beneficial for them. They did agree to stay married, so that wasn't surprising for me. Also, with Steve and Noy, after decision day, Noy decided to cohabitate with Steve, which I think will be really great and beneficial for their relationship, especially since they're deciding to have children pretty soon, in the next year or so. So I am glad to see that. And it was so cute how he gave her ring with the ring pop. He's such a romantic, and so that it's great to see how their relationship is blossoming, and we'll continue to hopefully have some blossoms in the area of communication. But Noy definitely showed some strides with communicating on decision day about her feelings towards him, so hopefully they'll be able to do so as well, in the area of finances and chores, or house duties in their relationship. Last, we have Mark and Lindsay, the Firecracker roller coaster couple of the season. Well, outside of Chris and Alyssa. Pastor Cal said that this couple was matched well, and I said, really? Okay, I guess. For me, it feels like the perfect storm, so, but it seems to be a perfect storm that they enjoy. They seem to be moving in the right direction. Mark said the last 2 weeks worked well for him. Lindsay said the last week worked well for her. And she brought up Mark's social media usage and what he's posting online, which wasn't something that ever was talked about and really wasn't one of their really big issues. And maybe they feel like they've resolved those big issues of like validation and communication and how to handle conflict and how to talk to each other in conflict and expectations and all of those things. I don't feel like they have, but I think it's definitely something that needs to be addressed, and every couple can navigate how social media usage can, impact their relationship, because your two partners are working and they're coming home and they're on social media, then there's not much time for connection. So connection is the main priority, and maintaining intimacy is the main priority. And so hopefully they'll be able to navigate this. I will say, I was extremely shocked. When I say extremely shocked, I was extremely shocked that both of them agreed to stay married. I was like, wow. I don't know. I don't know how long they will stay married. But I do hope and wish the best for them. I definitely believe that both of them would benefit from individual therapy and couples counseling to help build their skills and to resolve some past hurts, as they do show up in this marriage very apparently. I'm hoping that Lindsay keeps in the forefront what she said in this episode, that Mark may not be everything she wanted, but he is what she needs. And as she really picks apart him and he sits there and takes it, because it seems like he is used to this critique from his mother, this relationship. And so that part grieves me, and I'm hoping again that she'll work on that again. Her and Olajuwon, again, so similar, but hoping that she can work on that and that he can work on building and finding his voice within himself and in this relationship, so that they can continue to really grow in this marriage. So after decision day, we learned that on decision day, Mark gave Lindsay a key to their new place, which was his grandmother's house, which I remember Lindsay saying that she did not want to live in. But I guess the compromise is that they're going to remodel the home. So it will be interesting, yes, how Lindsay said that, how they navigate that. Because boy, oh boy, she's probably going to run over him in regards to how she wants that house to be. And he's probably going to go with the flow. So it works. I guess if it works for them, it works for them. But again, I'm really interested to see how all of these couples do in the reunion, to get a 6-month update about how they're navigating these issues. Also, we did get to see Chris and Alyssa on the rooftop, and it's great that Chris is moving forward. He's dating, and I'm like, in my mind, I said, is the divorce final yet? But maybe they were able to do those proceedings early on because they decided early on. Really great to see him in a good place and moving forward. And Alyssa's still struggling, you can tell, but I'm really hoping that she gets the help that she needs and the support that she needs to move forward and find her cowboy out there somewhere. Please let me know how you feel about this. I think this is the best stats that Married at First Sight has ever had. They only had one couple who got divorced, and that was early on. So really 4 out of 4. Everyone stayed married. So the experts are like beaming, I'm sure. But please, let me know how you feel about Decision Day. Like the video if you got anything out of the content. And of course, subscribe to the channel. And as always, be cool, be calm, be centered.